Hi, I'm Jonelle, and I'm going to be guiding you through a little movement, Qigong, functional movement, and some long hold yin, more restorative postures. So we are going to start off standing. So please stand up. And either coming to stand on your mat if you have one, but this you totally don't need a mat to do this. So here, bring your two big toes together to touch. And then turn your feet out. And then the feet come out again. And so we have something slightly wider than hip width apart. The toes are straight front. And we allow the feet to start to sink into the earth. Soften through your knees. Allow your tailbone to lengthen. And the arms come down by the sides and the fingertips start to curl in. So there's a certain sort of roundness to this posture. And we're here in Wuji position. And Wuji literally translates as nowhere, or between heaven and earth. So we take a little time to start to tune in here, allowing the weight to come a little bit more deeply into the feet and the energy to move towards the crown of the head. And you can have your eyes open or soft gaze or even close them if it helps you to feel more connected to your body. So here I'm going to invite you to find the center. So we'll allow the weight to shift forward and come more to the balls of the feet. And then we'll allow the weight to shift back towards the heels. And then from side to side. And then going through all of these movements again, maybe coming more into like a circular movement. And to start with, the movements are quite big. And then as we start to connect a little more, we come into smaller movements. And we find, what is the center? And stillness. So here we'll do a practice of releasing, calling in, gathering, and sealing in. So the intention is the first round, we release anything we no longer need, sending that energy back to the earth. The second round, we call in, so our intentions, our heart's desires. And the third round, we seal all of that in. So the arms will reach out towards the sides, gathering in, and the movement is really slow. So the things that we're ready to shift, that we're ready to let go of, we exhale them out as the hands travel down the central column. And we release that energy back to the earth. And then we take a little pause back in our Wuji position, fingertips curl in. And we notice how that movement makes us feel. Now we start to call in intentions, things we'd like to welcome into our life, things that nourish and support. And we start to bring that into our bodies, welcoming those energies in. And again, we pause to feel. Wuji position, between heaven and earth. Now the last time, it's like the yes, the affirmation, so be it. We seal in. Inhale, arms reach out towards the sides. Hands go towards the sky. And exhale, bring it into our bodies. And the remembrance that the body is earth. And then we pause. And we'll bring our hands to our navel center the solar plexus, or in the Taoist tradition, Dantian, the Sia Chi energy. And we just start to breathe into this space of power, this space of source energy. And we can call on this energy whenever we need. I'm taking a few moments to do that. And we release the arms down by the sides. And we come back into center. So from here, we're going to take a forward fold, so to wake up through the back body. So you can keep your feet as they are, maybe bring them a little bit closer together. And we simply start to allow the chin to come into the chest. We'll bend the knees and allow the hips to shift back. And release through the head, release through the neck, and you fold forward. So you'll stay here in your forward fold. Very nice. And as my lovely students are demonstrating, some friends will bend their knees very deeply, especially if you have any issues in your lower back, having the bend in the knees and the stomach's more towards the thighs. That's going to help to support you there. And we'll let everything become really soft, releasing through the head, releasing through the neck. And the intention is to release the tension that we hold through the back body, the tension that we can hold in the spine, even when we don't even know it. So allowing your jaw to soften, the mouth to relax, even your teeth, eyes. And so here we have some options. Some friends might grab a hold of opposite elbows and keep the knees bent very deeply. Very nice. And then if you want to work a little bit more into your hamstrings, you can start to lengthen your legs a little bit. So we're going to hold in this space a little while longer. And I'll give an option to work a little bit more into the shoulders. You can interlace your hands behind the back and take the arms above the head. And that's going to work a little bit more into your shoulders. Wherever you are, whatever options you take, we want to be in a place that feels relatively comfortable, a place where you can breathe. Last moments here. The breath is long and the breath is slow. Okay, my lovelies, from where you are, release any binds you might have. Allow the arms to hang down long. We'll start to walk the hands forward and place the palms on the earth. So you feel the earth, you feel that connection. Soften through your knees, allow your knees to drop down, and we'll come into a tabletop position. And here in our tabletop position, we'll allow the spine to be neutral, root down through the hands, either point the toes or tuck the toes. And we'll take a little pause here, just to feel. And from here, big toes together to touch, allow your hips to shift back. Forehead touching or gesturing towards the earth, your child's pose. And here, at any point in the practice, if you need to take a child's pose and you need to rest, it's always here for you. This practice is to support you, so always space to rest and to look after yourself. We'll all take a deep full inhale in and a big exhale out. Okay, we're going to do some functional movement also to continue to get into the back body. So you join in when you're ready. Hands root down. From our child's pose, we start to lift the hips. The weight shifts forward, but we keep rounding the spine, chin into chest, just like we're a cat. Then once we get to the top, we lift the chest, the heart opens like a cow, and then we allow the hips to shift back, and we come back into our child's pose. We repeat that movement. Start to lift up. Press the hands into the earth, dome the shoulders. Inhale, lift your chest, breath comes in, exhale, hip shifts back. So here we're making like a little wave. From our child's pose, tailbone lengthens, wake up the lower back, middle back, upper back, breath comes in, exhale, hip shift back. 2 more times like this. So I like to think of a wave and the fluid nature of all of our spines. So this time when you come up, I want you to hold it onto all fours. So we'll wave, press the floor away, chin into chest. Inhale, lift the chest, and we come into normal cat-cow now. Exhale, round the spine. Inhale, lift the head, neck, shoulders. Exhale, we round. Now here you can stay with linear movement or cat-cow unleashed and move through the head, neck, shoulders, hips. Maybe even give your wrist a little stretch. So here, this is just space for you to move however you would like. Space to move into the bits of the body that need a little bit of lubrication. Take another big breath. Okay, my lovelies, let's come back to the hands and knees, tabletop position, neutral spine. So here we'll take a little functional movement. Root down through your left hand. We'll inhale, take the right arm high towards the sky. Now reach up through the fingertips. We press the left hand to the earth, so that pressing down starts to lift up. We feel the chest open. Now here we're gonna bend the elbow, soften it, reach the left hand through, curve the spine. Now we'll stay low, inhale, lift out, the arm doesn't extend, and then exhale, we reach it through again. So really making space into the middle back. So you can move as slowly or as quickly as you would like, pulsing in and out. Now from here, we reach the arm high, open up through the chest, see what's new. And exhale, reach that right arm through, drop the right shoulder, right ear, and we're here in our beginning of rolling panda posture. Very nice. So here we'll stay maybe for about a minute or two. If you have more time to stay in the posture, amazing. You can stay in any of these postures for as long as you want. You can repeat these movements as much as you need. This is a resource here as a guide, but always space for you to take what you need and practice as you see fit. So Some friends are going to be fine exactly as they are. They're going to be getting enough opening through the shoulder. And it's a sense of a flexion of the spine, but it's also a twist. Shoulder opening, so releasing more tension in the spine. And in the spine, we can really hold a lot of things there. Some friends will be absolutely fine. They won't need to make any other adjustments from where they are. Other friends might start to take other variations. So from here, some friends will have the left forearm to the earth. Other friends will root the left hand down, send the left elbow towards the sky. And that's going to give you a little bit more space to thread your right arm through. Other friends might even start to walk the left fingertips forward and come into more of a side bend, lateral flexion. And here, working into the intercostal muscles, the gills of the body. And wherever you are in doing these practices, we want to have this nice steady connection to the breath. A nice natural breath, slow, embodied. Now I'll give some other options in this pose form. And again, with these longer hold postures, we can be here for a minute, especially if you're newer to holding things like this, or longer, even up to 5 minutes. Some friends will stay exactly as they are, and they don't need to add anything on. Other friends might want to work a little bit more deeply into the shoulder. So from here, you'd start to extend your left leg out towards the side and roll onto your right shoulder even more. Very nice. And then here we get a little bit more opening through the back line of the body. It becomes a little bit more yang here. So you'll need to engage your pelvic floor muscles in your core if you take the leg out to the side. So here, we're going to stay for about another minute. And with these postures, you can dial it up or dial it down. So if you come into here where, it takes a little bit more attention to be here and it starts to feel strenuous, then you can always come back to the opening posture. We're going to be here for about another 30 seconds. So the invitation is to connect really fully with your breath and allow that connection to the breath to keep you in your body, to keep you present, to keep you anchored and supported. Last moments. Okay, from here, you start to release the posture. Come on out nice and slow. Some friends will come into a child's pose to rest. Other friends will lay on their bellies, lay on their backs, lay on their sides. Rest in any way that you would like to. So there's no wrong way, there's no right way. And if you're following me, you're gonna have about a minute to rest. And in this resting posture, this is where the magic happens, in these resting spaces, and we call it a rebound. This is where the magic happens and where the physical body and the energetic body, they have a conversation. And this is space for your body to digest and process whatever needs to be processed. And space for you to look at what's coming up, feelings, thoughts, anything. And when we have these sorts of spaces, then this helps to lead to integration. Last moments here. Okay, my lovelies, from here, wherever you are, let's meet in a child's pose. We'll all take a deep and full inhale in. A big exhale out. Okay, we're gonna take that same sequence again because the body likes repetition. So from here, we're gonna do this in our own time, in our own way. Let's start to take those spinal waves again. Lifting up. Press the floor away, lift the chest. Hips shift back. Now here the invitation is for you to let the movement become a little bigger. So as you wave forward and you lift the chest, you might drop the hips a little bit and then pull back. Wave, chin into chest, chest lift. A little bit of a deeper heart opening. And then the next time you come up into your wave, you'll lift your chest and you can start to take it into normal cat-cow or go straight into moving through the hips, head, neck, shoulders, whatever way you want. And again, this is just space to feel, space to move. Any energy that's caught or stuck, we give it a chance to move. And we all slowly come into stillness. Neutral spine. Weight into your right hand, please. Inhale, take your left arm high. Reach through your left fingertips. Feel that space across your chest. And we start to move. Bend your left elbow. Reach the left arm underneath the right. And we keep it low. Elbow lifts. And then we reach through. Breath. Movement. Intention. Moving as slowly or as quickly as your body needs in any moment. Okay, so this time we'll end up with the left arm reaching towards the sky, big opening across the chest. And exhale, thread the left arm through left ear, left shoulder. Maybe right forearm on the earth. Maybe right hand rooting down. But no matter what pose forms we come into, what movements we're doing, whether we're moving, whether we're still, what keeps the thread of the practice is our breath and our connection to it, and how it anchors us and how it centers us and how it holds us in each moment. Now on this side always happens a lot more quickly, even if it really doesn't, because you know where you can go, you know the different iterations, you know what you can do for yourself. So we're working asymmetrically, so this side will be different. And in this sort of practice, it doesn't matter what it looks like. It just matters what it feels like and how comfortable you are, and that you remain connected to your breath. So if this side, if you feel like I took the side stretching and it really doesn't feel like a good idea for me to do it on this side, then don't do it. This side doesn't have to be exactly the same as the right side. But the options are, and I'll remind you of them to stay exactly as you are. Right forearm down, more restorative. Or root down through your right hand and the right elbow lifts. Or start to walk your right fingertips forward, and then we get into the side bend. And then here, there should be more space to your armpit and more space for you to thread the left arm through a little bit more. And then we wait and listen for the response from the body before we go any deeper. And I think our bodies really appreciate space to acclimate and space to integrate movements. So either staying here and giving the body some more space, or if the body's giving you the go ahead, then you can take the leg extension out to the side. Yeah, and it would be your right leg coming out this time. And you're in the ball of the foot, and I would really recommend keeping the big toes anchored towards the earth, because that's going to give you stability, and maybe rolling forward a little bit more into your shoulders. And then we breathe. And wherever we are, we're getting this, again, really nice opening through the back body, which in our daily lives can become really congested. So here again, and we're going to stay here for about another minute. If you're hanging with me, if not, again, always feel free to rest. Child's pose. You see in this practice, there's space for rebounds. So you take that space. Space to listen. Space to feel, space to digest. In the last moments, really feeling the communion of your breath with your body. And then very, very, very mindfully, we start to release. Come on out. And this time, I would ask if it's comfortable for you to come to lay on your backs. Yes, you can just get on your back anyway. We'll take a little rest here. And here, having your legs in a position that feels better for you. Maybe the legs long down the mat. Maybe you're bending the knees and both soles of the feet are on the earth. Very nice. Now from here, let's all take a deep full inhale in. Big exhale out. Okay, extend your arms above your head. Take a big stretch. Reach up. And then from here, we'll all hug the knees into the chest. Give yourself a little squeeze. And feel your tailbone lengthen. Feel the spine imprint onto the earth. And from here, drop your left foot towards the earth. Keep the right knee into your chest. Again, we're going to take some movement, point and flex your right foot. Some ankle rotations in one direction. Ankle rotations in another direction. And then from here, stillness. And we'll work into our hip. Right hand to your right knee. Keep your left foot rooted to the earth. Send your right knee away from your torso and then open the knee out towards the side of the room. So here we're just giving our hips a little wake up. Nice. And then notice how it feels. Let's take it in the opposite direction. And let's come into center, squeeze the knee into the chest again. Feels in the tailbone long. And let's replace the right foot to the earth. Notice the difference between the two legs. Left knee into the chest, squeeze in. Feel your tailbone lengthen. Let's move your foot. Point and flex, point and flex. And then into rotations. Fast or slow, whatever your body is cueing you to do. Opposite direction. We come to be still. Left hand to the left knee away from you, and then out towards the side and back in. And then feeling how the leg moves into the hip socket. Opposite direction. And stillness. Left sole of the foot to the earth. Pause. Soles of the feet together and the knees fall apart. And we come to our reclining goddess pose or reclining butterfly. Options, friends that want more hip opening, heels closer to the sit bones. Friends that want less, heels further away. What I like to do in this posture is start off with my hands on my belly, or maybe one hand to the belly, one hand to the heart. And here, connecting to your breath and imagining it like water, moving and flowing in and out of your body, into the places that need it, that need some soothing, that need a little more healing today. And knowing that your breath is flowing and moving and can facilitate that healing. And again here, you can be here as long as you need. I'd recommend at least 2 minutes. But if you have space for more, you can take this up to 5 minutes. And it can be really valuable as a practice to ground and to center and to connect to the parts of the body that end up tight and holding. So here we're getting a nice release across the front of the pelvis, into the inner legs, into the groin. And we're also getting the stimulation through the back line into the glutes and a little opening through the lower back. So in this space, I will hold you for about another minute. And in this stillness, you have space to scan, to notice what is happening in your body today, right now. And hopefully that should feel a little bit different than we did at the beginning. But if it doesn't, then that's okay too. Stay with your breath. Stay in your body. Stay present. Okay, my lovelies. So releasing the hands from the torso. Take your hands to your knees and guide your knees in. And bring both soles of the feet to the earth and take a moment to pause here. Deep full inhale in. Big exhale out. Okay, from here, we're gonna take a spinal twist. So both of your knees are together. Shift your sitting bones over to the right side and let your knees fall over to the left. The arms in a T position, trying to keep the shoulders rooted to the earth. If there's a fight between your knees and your shoulders, let your shoulders win today. It might feel nice to have the arms in the T position, or it might feel better to cactus the arms. And feeling this nice release in the spine. So again, as always with anything we've done today, you can stay in these postures for as long as you need. I love twists. So you can literally, I'd live in a twist if I was allowed to. So you can literally stay here for, again, as long as you find useful. Some key points of any of these long hold postures, you want to feel comfortable and you want to feel like your breath is moving and is not obstructed, and then you feel safe. At any point you don't feel safe, your breath becomes jagged, then the posture is no longer useful at that moment, so you come out and you rest. From here, I'm going to invite you to come back into the center, ground your feet, take a little pause, and then you'll prepare for the other side. So shifting the sitting bone, bringing the knees together, shifting the sitting bones over to the left-hand side, and allowing your knees to fall over to the right. And we have the same options with the arms, rooting down, T position, or bending the elbows, cactusing the arms. And here, the intention is to feel an opening through the whole spine and through the outer body. So you can adjust as you see fit. But before we come to rest, we want to give the spine a nice release. And again, in these final phases of our time together, I invite you to connect to your breath, which connects you to your body. And that brings you into the present moment. Last moments here. Okay, my lovelies, let's come back up into center. We release the twist. Draw your knees into your chest and give yourself a little squeeze, a little hug to release any tension that might be in the lower back. And if it feels a little better to move, then that's what you'll do. But we're gonna prepare to rest now. And here, the invitation to rest in any way that feels comfortable for you. Extending the legs long down the mat, arms by the sides, palms face up. If it feels better to bend your knees and bring both soles of the feet to the earth, then please do that, especially if you feel any tension in your lower back. Or if there's another way you like to rest, if it's gonna feel better for you to be on your side, then please do that too. If you have any props, any pillows, anything that's going to make you more comfortable while you're here, your comfort is important. And so here we allow the earth to embrace us. We allow the earth to hold us. And taking this moment to really feel that support, because the support is always there, no matter what's happening, no matter what is going on. And we can take a moment and we can take a pause and tune into it and call it in. So here in Shavasana, I would invite you to be as generous as you can with yourself. And if you could stay for 10 minutes, then that's great. But I know sometimes we can't. So rest for however long you have time to. But here we're going to start to deepen our breath. Wiggle the fingers. Wiggle toes. Extend your arms above your head. Take a big stretch. Draw your knees into your chest. Take a rock and roll to come up to your hands and knees. Tuck your toes, push back, down dog. Walk your hands towards your feet. Root down through your feet, chin into chest. Make sure your feet are hip width apart or slightly wider. Start to round up vertebrae by vertebrae. Stacking your spine. Your head comes up last. And we'll finish off how we begun. Arms by the sides, fingertips curling in. Inhale, sweep your hands high, gathering up whatever's ready to go, whatever's ready to shift. And we exhale, send it back to the earth for that energy to be transmuted. Our deepest heart's desires, our intentions, the things we want to flow into our lives, the thing that's nourished, that supports. Bring it into your body, bring it into your space to manifest. May it be so. Yes. Exhale. Hands come into prayer, prayer to the heart. Thank you.